Alrighty, lesson 3, module 2, what to avoid. Okay, what to be wary of, what to be conscious of. When printing, make sure your printer's working and there's no weird little faded ink moments or even unusual blue purples kind of coming through. So just make sure it's very clear, very precise, and you're not running out of ink. Okay, because when we see the contrast as an accompanist with the black and the white on the paper, it just makes it much easier to read. Something to be conscious of. Always check for pages missing, so make sure all your pages are in order for the audition, for your folder, but also when downloading stuff on the internet. And when it comes to photos, just watch that when you take a photo of a piece of sheet music or even a scan, sometimes the resolution can drop significantly. So when you're doing that, just make sure you're really, really checking that it hasn't sort of stretched in certain corners or lost resolution. Further on that, just make sure your books can stand on the stand, because some books like anthologies or things that don't have ring binders can close in on themselves. On that again, if you get a ring binder that's kind of super ritzy and a little bit high quality, sometimes the material they're made of or whatever they're made out of, they tend to close in on themselves, which, as you can imagine, when an accompanist is reading your music, they don't have a spare hand to keep your music open. You don't want that to happen. So sometimes just getting an entry-level display folder or ring binder will be fine. I personally prefer display folder rather than the ring binders, one with like 2 or 3, but I know that a lot of, like in the States, they tend to use the ring binders. I find that they always just drop a little bit and I'm having to look at the sheet music on the side. So yeah, I don't like that. All right, so avoid lead sheets and just make sure your music has piano accompaniment. So a lot of it's just quality check. So once you've got your sheet music, print it out, put it in a folder, or maybe you choose to tape. Make sure it's clear, easy to read. You can flip through it. The book's not falling in on itself. Kind of logical stuff, but a lot of the time people don't do it. So just, yeah, be mindful of that. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching.